Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be giving you some softball batting tips. They could also work in baseball, but to start, I just want to say that I am not a pro in any way, and there are way better people that could explain this way better than me and give you better tips. But this is just like a brief overview of some good tips that could really change your swing. So I'm going to be using this hitting device. So it's basically a fake ball on the end, so it will come right back to me. And my bat is just an Easton bat. It says Topaz on it, so I have that one. But I heard the Ghost bat is pretty good, so if you want to get that one, if you're looking for a new bat, then I would try it out. So first we're going to start with the proper stance. So you don't want to be like this because you're going to be too close. And also the strike zone, if you're like this, it's going to be lower, but if you're like up, it's going to like come up. So it will be different, and that might affect how you swing. And you also don't want to be like this and stuff because like you might fall or slide or something, and that's just a bit too much, but you want to be around that. So I would recommend doing a little more than shoulder width apart. Like anywhere from here to here is good. And then make sure you're looking ahead. And then when you see the ball, watch it. And then you're gonna turn. So have your bat up here, because if it's here, you don't wanna go out from here. You wanna go up and swing to get the most power. And then always start with the knob first, like that. So start in your stance and then turn to the knob first. Don't go like that, and don't like do that or anything. So you're gonna go up and make sure that you are loading, because it would really help because it gets power. So come up, turn your back foot and knob first, then extension, and come all the way through and then let go. So now we're gonna do the steps kind of in slow motion. So you start a little more than shoulder width apart, and I don't have a plate with me, so it's a little hard to know where to stand, but it's okay. So a little more than shoulder width apart, and you're gonna have good posture and come down. So you don't wanna lean. You don't wanna lean any way when you swing. Just stand, and then kind of go down while having good posture. So stand and come down with good posture. And that should be how you do. Then kind of load and bring your bat all the way back. And then you start knob first. Knob first, remember, and you slowly turn, contact. Then you're gonna go to extension, all the way through, and when your arm can't go anymore, release. So now, a little faster. And that should really even out your swing. Just remember, knob first, and also, if you have a ball on a tee and you're about to hit it, it can be this way or this way, but make sure if I'm about to hit it, look at the bottom seam. So for example, put it on your tee, and so the bottom seam is kind of like that, and look at that. You want to look kind of at the bottom seam when you hit, so that you get a really even swing. So now I'm just going to do some practice ones, and remember, good posture, knob first, and do a little wide stance. That hit, it's okay. And remember, not every hit you do is gonna be perfect. Another thing that I want to mention is use your hips. You don't want to be like, I know I'm using my hips a little, but it's not that much. You don't want to just do that. You don't want to just like be moving your shoulders. Your shoulders are not the focus of the swing. You want to make sure you can rotate. And it's good to stretch your hips like side to side before, because it really gets that flexibility of when you turn. So practice like rotating the way that you swing, because it might help to really stretch out your back. So hips, you want to use your hips. Remember, load. And at contact is when we really want to use the hips, because then we have to hit out to extension, because we don't want to just go like that and be looking straight in front. We want to follow the ball. So make sure your eyes are following the ball out to extension, and then make sure you come through in your swing. So now I'm gonna give you guys some drills that you can do on these like swingy things and also on the tee. So first is the contact drill. So you're gonna have your stance, you're gonna come up, and as fast as you can, you're gonna go to contact and keep your bat there. You're gonna try and hit the ball at contact and don't bring your swing out, just come back, stay here until the ball is hit. So it would look like this. And then try and progressively make it go faster and faster, and it will also help you. Remember, look at the bottom seam if you're looking at the tee. So then it will help you. Stance and contact while looking at the bottom seam. Next is an extension drill. So we're basically gonna do what we did before, but you're gonna come and you're gonna hit the ball, and then you're gonna bring your extension out and you're gonna point. You're gonna do that for like 3 whole seconds. So after you swing, hold it there for 3 good seconds, but if you count fast, then maybe 5. So you're gonna do that. But you're not gonna hit the ball slow, you're gonna go at your normal pace. So you're basically gonna go like that. Another thing that many players are like unsure about is when to release your hand. So let me show you. So you're in the stance and you go out to extension, and you don't know if you want to bring both hands or maybe one hand. And the thing is, it might be different, but it's whatever works for you would be good. Because if you can hit the ball better with 2 hands, then that's great. Keep doing it. But if you really don't know and you hit like the same both ways, then I would recommend go out to extension, and then you're gonna bring your hand over, and once the bat starts to cross, if you are a right-handed batter, then once it starts to cross your left shoulder, release your right hand. And if you are a left-hand batter, then once it starts to cross your right shoulder, release that hand. But you can always go 2 hands the whole way, but it just like might make your hips feel tight, because if that you're trying to come all the way over here while still holding on with this hand, then it might get tricky. Another thing when you are practicing maybe on the tee is when you hit, don't just bring your arms down. Don't be like that. You want to come all the way through. You're not just hitting like that and then stopping. You want to come all the way through, because how you practice on the tee and just at practice is how you will end up in your game, because if you're not practicing to be the best, then you will not get there. So remember to always be trying your best and following through. So when you hit, don't drop, don't go down. You come, well, if you would hit it, you would go out, and all the way back until your arm, you want your arm, once you release to feel a tug, because you hit that hard. But you don't want to hit just hard, you want it to be accurate. So if you have all the steps down, but it still is looking not the best, do it slower, because you have all the time in the world, and you need to get it one part down before you can advance. You can't just go from here to here without progression and improving. So one more quick run through of how to properly swing. Have a good stance, a little bend, and you come back into your load, about to hit, and you don't want to be standing here. Usually that, once you come into your load, you're hitting. You're not waiting here for like 3 seconds. No, you're coming back and hit right away. So you go into stance, load, knob first, and then you're gonna come out. You're gonna go to the knob and come out a little. And then that's when you're gonna go to extension, all the way past your shoulder until your arm can't reach, and feel the tug. And make sure your hips are turning as you go through the steps. I hope those tips helped you a little bit, or at least gave you some ideas of how to better improve your batting. And again, I am not the best hitter and like a master at teaching batting, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if you want more softball/baseball tips and tricks. Peace.